Hey, greetings! Welcome back to Sean's Irish Whiskey Shelf, coming at you from the heart of the United States out here in the Midwest. And as always, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do at the very beginning. If you like watching these videos as much as I like producing them, take just a second, go down there in the corner, click on the thumbs up, and give it a like. It keeps the YouTube algorithms happy, and it helps me because then I know that you are enjoying the videos that I produce. And if you want to know when I release new videos, you can go down there into that other corner and you can click on the subscribe button, and then you can click on the bell and you'll know exactly when I do my new videos, which is usually about once a week. The other housekeeping is you can go down right there and find Hard to Find Whiskey. They're at htfw.com. Yes, they're an overseas vendor, but man, they are fantastic. I'll be placing an order with them tomorrow. The Middleton Very Rare 2024 I hear is out, and there's a couple other bottles that I have my eyes on that I just can't find here in the States. So I'm going to visit my favorite online retailer and add a new couple bottles to the shelf back here. And I highly recommend that if there's something that you can't find, that you do the same thing. Great customer service, fast shipping, super selection, not just Irish whiskey, but Scotch and bourbon and Japanese, and they've got gin, vodka, anything you need. So check them out. You won't be disappointed. So what I have for you this evening are 2 bottles of whiskey that are single malt, single grain blends finished in bourbon barrels. Now, last video we looked at Black Bushmills Black. That is finished in bourbon, but also in sherry. So it's going to have a little bit of a different flavor than Bushmills Red. And I got to thinking about this because it dawned on me that there's a lot of whiskey behind me here that is finished in bourbon barrels. In fact, I think just about, well, I don't know, most of the whiskey behind me is finished in bourbon barrels. There's some that aren't, but a lot of them are. But one of my viewers expressed to me that in the comments that really likes Black Bush, or Bush Black, or Bushmills Black, whatever you want to call it. And he mentioned that Bushmills Red is more to the taste of a bourbon drinker. And perhaps that's true. We're going to find out. But the other reason I got thinking about this is we haven't looked at Eiregold in a long time. This was one of the first whiskeys that I had on the show way back when. And we haven't touched it since. And it's what I would consider an entry-level price. It's in the upper 20s, low 30s around here. I don't know if it can be found in other places or how widespread it's distributed. But here where I live, it's like everybody has Eiregold. Bushmills Red, you're going to pay a little more for that. You're going to be up in the $40 to $50 range. But it's the same blend. It's a single malt, single grain blend finished in bourbon casks. Now, what I don't know is exactly what the composition is. How much single malt, how much single grain. Neither of these two list what that exact composition is. But being that it's single malt, single grain, and finished in bourbon casks, I thought we'd compare them head to head, see if the extra $10, $15, whatever that you'd pay for Bushmills Red is worth it. Or would you be satisfied with the Eiregold, which is down at the lower price range, kind of the same place as your Jamesons, your Tullamore, your Bushmills White. So let's give it a shot. So first off, Eiregold. I should say that these are both 80 proof. Yep, that's 80. And I'm pretty sure our Old Bush, yep, that's 80. So 80 proof, exact same strength. The Eiregold, interestingly enough, is distilled by Hyde, or Hibernia, and we know that Hyde isn't one of my favorites traditionally. Hyde's sort of trademark is it's all about the wood. They take great pride in selecting the wood that they choose when they bottle their whiskeys. So I'm not. It's been so long since I've had this. Just knowing that Hyde is who puts this together. I think I said Hyde distills it. Remember, Hyde is not a distillery. They bring in whiskey from other distilleries. So I'm not really too hopeful, but let's give it a try. See, right off the bat, it's not really, there's nothing outstanding about the nose. This is a blue collar nose too. You got the blue collar palate and the blue collar nose. So there's nothing outstanding about that at all. It's an Irish whiskey. I'll give it that. But is it anything special? I don't think so. For this palate, and for the $35 and 30 to 35, I think I'd still rather have my Tullamore Dew. I think I'd still rather have my Bushmills White. It's just unremarkable for me anyway. Kind of flat almost, kind of a flat taste. There's nothing that really pops out. I do get a little bit of the bourbon. It's in there. But I just don't get anything remarkable about that. It's not tripping my trigger. So let's check out Bushmills Red. Let's see how that tastes compared to the Eiregold. I see already that nose already is certainly brighter. It certainly has, I don't want to say flavor because you're smelling it, but it just smells better, I think. And that tastes better. Yeah, it does. I like that better. Yeah. I don't think this is a competition. I think if you want to have an entry-level whiskey that is single malt, single grain, no single pot still in it, finished in bourbon casks, and you will get some of that bourbon taste. Entry-level price. I think the Eiregold will be fine for you. But if you want a truly exceptional experience, something that's going to really work your palate a little better, give you more variety of taste, just be more of an exciting whiskey, if you can even call whiskey exciting, you're going to want the Bushmills Red. It is truly, to this blue collar palate, it's a better drop of whiskey. And I'm not saying that Eiregold is bad. Right? I've had bad whiskey, and this is not one of them. This is just unremarkable. This is, as compared to Bushmills, not even to me, in the same game. I get that it's single malt, single grain. I get that it's finished in bourbon, but it's just not the same. I'm going to do one more time. It almost has that, I wish my palate was better. Because I really do taste Hyde in that. It's got the same type of finish in my mouth that these hide whiskeys have. And I don't know, I really don't know what that is. I can't place it, but it's not something that is overly pleasurable to me. It's just not my favorite. Whereas the Bushmills, it's a little bit sweeter. I think the bourbon taste is definitely pronounced, much more so than the Eiregold. I would have no trouble paying the premium for Bushmills Red over Eiregold, which is probably why I don't buy Eiregold. I do buy my Tullamore, my Bush White. Heck, my last bottle of Everyday was Patty's, and it's great for what it is. It's not going to knock off a Redbreast or something like that, but a sip every day, I'd take Patty's over this. I'd take 2 Gingers over this. Maybe it's because they have some single pot still in there. I don't know. But that is really, and honestly, that is my take on this. Bushmills Red is going to be the clear winner if you're looking for single malt, single grain, finished in bourbon barrels. Pay the extra money, get the better taste. All right? So, there you have it. That is all I have for you this evening. As always, I enjoyed spending this time with you. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about my favorite subject, which is Irish whiskey. And I hope that you will enjoy your drops of Irish whiskey, because folks, remember, any reason to have a drop of Irish whiskey is a great reason. But remember, you got to do it responsibly so you can be here next week when I do my next video. Next week, I have a new bottle of Napogue Castle coming in. You can see up there, we've got the 12, we've got the 16, I've got the 14 coming in next week. So that'll complete out my 12, 14, 16 series. And we'll crack that open and we'll see how it compares to the other 2. I'm really excited about that. And, you know, single malt is not always my favorite, but I am trying to learn more about it. I am trying to appreciate it more. So to have 3 of those Napogue Castles right here, it's going to be fun. I can't wait. So until then, I want you to be well and be safe. Okay? Sláinte. Bye now.